just to put this car in, so I can just pipe in the audio and be like, as my mixer is mixed from beef. Totally. I mean, once you know that room or the car, you know. I'm a big fan. Bob Clearmountain years ago said something about carrying around.
Oh yeah, the Apple.
Yeah, the little Apple guys, right? Now I looked around, couldn't find any. I went to a yard sale, and there were these Radio Shack powered computer speakers. You'd have to pull those out of my dead fingers. For 15 years, I've been carrying. I have resoldered every component in these crappy literally like $10 speakers. It's like once you know that stuff, you know the kick drum's poking out on these guys, that it's gonna hit everywhere else with this extra on little speakers and stuff. Switching laptops, like you said, knowing the difference when I switched from a 15 to a 17-inch laptop. The 15-inch laptop told me what was going on with the kick drum, if it was going to poke out, and then the 17 had all this extra information. I was like, I can't tell. I wasted my money. What about the calibration for Fletcher Munson kind of the issue of loudness and louder volumes having more bass and more treble, and trying to figure out how you're going to mix one song of what you're really hearing? Do you have specific levels that you mix at when you're hitting your two-bus or master fader or whatever you're using, so that you think you're referencing the same thing? Because we know that things sound punchy usually at loud volumes, but if you're not mixing at a relatively consistent volume, which some people don't care and they do great mixes, what are your thoughts about things like K-System or working at, I always mix at 85 dB or 83 dB, but then I'll turn down or I'll turn up, but I'm usually at this point. Does anybody work at a particular point that you like to listen?
Well, I've got 3 presets. One's super, super, super low,
Yep.
where I can actually judge levels in general a lot better, and then one's kind of mid at like maybe 70 dB, and the other one's maybe at like 80 or something, 85 or maybe 90, just to see what the bass was like.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to ask you about the K system, because that's something I've seen, but I don't understand it.
Right.
But that's...
I actually posted last year for those of you that are new, we have a discussion board on the BARMMAP site, so please contribute all these things. The bloom line thing, throw those things up there. That's everything that we're talking about. If you have a link to something that you think is like a big deal and could help everybody out here, throw it up. There's a useful links for bar mappers thread that I started a year ago. And there's a whole thing about calibrating your monitors and cases and stuff that I'm a big fan of, trying to work at specific volumes most of the time, so you know how much low end to expect at this volume versus dealing with exciting the room and all that stuff. But if you're asking about the K system, I think if I remember, there are a couple links up there that talk about calibrating that. And that system was around before. This is something Bob Katz is promoting, a famous mastering engineer, where you actually set up your monitors based on a specific volume, like running a sine wave through your monitor, so you get a specific volume with a specific frequency, at least as a start. You can use pink noise is the most popular other way to do that. So you're getting all frequencies at once and trying to set a level, so I know where 83 dB is, because the kick drum is going to have more low end at 94 dB than it's going to have at 15 dB, right? So it's exciting the room differently. You've got a different curve. So I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff, because I kind of want to know if the low end is because of my room or because of what my ears are doing at different volumes. If you go to the site, there's a really cool thing. Anybody into that kind of calibration kind of thing? Do you have like a detented monitor thing, or you mark your levels on your monitor controller?
I have spec'd my room a couple times,
right,
with a couple different pieces of gear. Just I don't know. I mean, I just do it, like, I try and pay attention to it. Really, I don't have like a system or
but you know
make
what?
any kind of marks. But I
Yep.
spec'd it a few times, and then just like try and take that into consideration.
Right on.
That's all you can really do.
Yeah, you know what loud is and what quiet is.
Yeah, I mean, if you mix by metering too much, then
yeah,
you're not listening.
for sure.
You know?
I think I'm a big fan of marrying the two sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, at least I know this is something when this meter says this.
It's nice to keep an SPL meter by when you're mixing, just to keep yourself in check and know that you're not monitoring like 100 dB for a couple hours. So
Right.
I try to like monitor around 85 dB, and then on the average, and then I I think I do my best work when I really monitor really quiet.
Yep.